Jackson State versus South Carolina State. The showdown's tomorrow. Tune in. It's going to be a show. I'm excited about the matchups. And also Coach Prime keeping it real in his press conference. Man, it's good to be a fan of HBCUs. What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Very excited for tomorrow's matchup, Jackson State versus South Carolina State. It's going to be packed with fans. It's going to be the ultimate HBCU experience. Atlanta is jumping right now, and I'm sure these two teams are going to put on a show. But let me talk about the matchups I want to see from this game, and also my thoughts on Coach Prime's press conference for the Celebration Bowl. But first, the players that I'm interested in seeing, I want to see Malachi Weidman versus Kobe Durant. If you all know, Kobe Durant is an NFL prospect at corner, shutdown corner. His highlight game was against Clemson when he had 2 interceptions. And when you get 2 interceptions on a team like Clemson, and I don't care if Clemson had a down year, which they had, they were like 9-3, it's still Clemson. And he had 2 picks on him. So he's definitely a player that shows up on all games, no matter if it's FCS or FBS. He's a dog, he's battle tested, and he's not afraid to get dirty. He has a tough task. Weidman is a physical freak, 6'5", 200 pounds, can run like the wind, can high point the ball with the best of them. And he's done his thing. The only game where he was off, really, it was due to the unique coverage that caught Jackson State in surprise, the PV game, the SWAC championship game. They did a drop 8 coverage, and that caught Jackson State by surprise. I don't really blame Weidman for that. I'm sure if Jackson State would have prepared for it and known that PV was going to do that type of defensive coverage, he would have had a lot of more yards in that matchup. But I expect South Carolina State to replicate that same thing. They're going to do drop 8. Luckily, Jackson State has watched film, and hopefully they'll be more creative in exploiting the defenses that try to do that type of coverage, because you can really exploit it. When you drop 8, there's literally yards you could get underneath the routes. There's space there. You just got to be creative. I've seen, and I know this is a juggernaut team, but I remember watching that 2019 LSU team, and a lot of opposing opponents were doing drop 8, especially Oklahoma in the semifinal of the college football playoff. They were so creative in that game. They did exotic screens, quick routes, draws. The draw play was destroying the Oklahoma Sooners defense, and they produced 60+ points in the semifinal game. So if Jackson State prepares for it right, they can have some success. But I'm telling you right now, Malachi Weidman versus Kobe Durant is going to be the chess match game versus these two teams. It's going to be marquee. And for Weidman, this is a great way to showcase his abilities against a top-notch corner. And then Kobe Durant, even though Weidman is an underclassman, Weidman is respected nationally. Like, the scouts already are salivating on his talent. Don't forget, when Malachi Weidman wanted to transfer, a bunch of SEC teams wanted him. Auburn definitely wanted him, but he chose Jackson State. For the next matchup, Shaq Davis versus Dejean Nugget Warrior. Dejean Nugget Warren is the best, in my opinion, the best corner. I'm talking about pure coverage in FCS. Nobody catches anything on his side. They go away from his side. He pretty much shuts down half the field and allows JSU to play their cover zero defense. He's not talked about as much as James Houston, but he's very impactful. When Dejean Nugget Warren is not in that game, the defense doesn't even look the same. Yeah, they may hold teams below 20, but the defense will give up more yards than they would when Nugget's on the field. Now, Shaq Davis is a 6'5" receiver, very athletic, has 600 yards. South Carolina State likes to run the ball a lot, especially with Flowers, who's an ACC transfer from Wake Forest. But his catches per game is very high. So Nugget, I'm sure the coaches have told him to be on the lookout for the jump ball. Shaq Davis is freakishly athletic, and I truly believe next season will be his breakout year. I guarantee it. Mark it down in your calendars. Shaq Davis will have an increase of yards, touchdowns, and catches next season. Has a bright future. But in closing, I want to talk about also what I've heard on the Coach Prime press conference. Coach Prime had full of energy. He talked about how the spring season was a tool to help Jackson State know which players wanted to buy in, wanted to grow within the campus and become something within the university, wanted to be a part of a new journey. The spring helped with that. And I know most likely the ex-players of Jackson State, they probably will feel bitter about it. But Coach Prime, he keeps it real. I don't think he's the type of person that sugarcoats. And that's why he's appreciated. He mentions recruiting, how ever since Travis Hunter committed to Jackson State, it's been a problem all of a sudden. But if Travis Hunter would have went to Alabama, Ohio State, LSU, those schools, Texas A&M, it wouldn't be a big deal. Why can't they realize that some players are not swayed by the glitz and glam of things? If you understand what I'm saying. Some players believe in leveling the playing field and creating change for a better future. How about that? And for the national media to say that Barstool gave him $1.5 million. Now, I'm not going to be naive and say that Travis Hunter would not get NIL deals. He's going to get NIL deals. But Barstool to send him $1.5 million off the gate? Nah. I don't think that. Because he would be making more than Coach Prime. And I don't see that happening. So he's going to get deals. He's going to get things on the side. But that's expected. He would have done that at Florida State, Michigan, all these other schools. So it's no different. But it's good to see Coach Prime in spirits. Shout out to Cut Day Sports. I saw the interview on his channel. And pretty much Coach Prime kept it simple by saying, hey, there's going to be a lot of people in the stands. So you might as well show out. And you might as well give it 1,000% effort. And he's right. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. But I'm excited for the game. It's definitely going to outsell and out viewership the FCS playoffs and the FCS championship game. And you know what's crazy? The Celebration Bowl will outdo some bowl games in the FBS. It is. It just is. The Celebration Bowl is sold out in standing room only. That's when you know you're doing it big. But I'm excited for the game. I'm excited to see the matchups. And one more thing, Shedeur Sanders, I want to see how he rebounds from that bad performance against PV. One thing about Shedeur, he usually bounces back. He's a smart player. He's a leader. He's earned everything he's got. And they really thought, they had some nerve to say it was all daddy ball. But it wasn't. Shedeur took it. He took the success. He took the hard work. And he made it into something. He didn't earn it. He took it. That's the difference. Shout out to everybody. Peace and blessings. Have good energy and synergy. And have a great day. It's going to be an exciting game.